a lot has happened. My name is Lukeil Bravestone, and you're watching Speakers of Hydaelyn. This is episode 8 on the 7th of March 2015. And boy, has a lot happened over the past week. I'm not alone, though. I am joined by Vero Sombrero, who is, as usual, not present in her close-up, which is the thing I still haven't fixed. Hello, Vero.
Hello.
Oh, I actually...
Ahoy.
There we go. There you are. Okay.
Oh, there I am.
I finally fixed it after 2 shows.
Thank you.
Lonigan, still no show. The reason is exams, basically. That's the only reason he's not here right now. He will.
Twat.
We actually have a date for when he's back. So, his exam is done on the 16th. So we're sort of hoping that he'll be here by the 21st. So that is in one more episode without Lonigan, and then he'll return. But we don't need Lonigan to do this, because we have so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start. Just have to point out that the previous episode had to be cancelled because Vero couldn't make it to the stream, and I just had to make a decision whether I'll be streaming alone or just don't stream at all. And I realized that it was probably for the best that I didn't stream. I didn't, basically. So that's why we didn't stream last week. So what are we going to talk about today? We were supposed to talk about... sorry about me clicking away on my keyboard. I just realized that I just haven't streamed... No, sorry, haven't tweeted. So there we go. Good.
Fixing my hair.
We were supposed to talk about patch 2.51. We are going to talk about patch 2.51. But also, we're going to talk about Heavensward, a game that... Oh, sorry, the expansion, Vero.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just had to fix my hair.
I'm
done.
The expansion that we've all been waiting for finally got a release date. A bit later than we anticipated. We'll get into that when we get there. So let's talk about patch 2.51. The Gold Saucer, basically. We've been hyping this up for so long. It's finally here. Vero, what do you think? While Vero is dying, I'll explain to those that...
Well...
Yeah, okay. Vero, what was your initial reaction? Let's talk about... Whoa. Patch Day. How did you experience Patch Day?
I just loved how everything in Gold Saucer looks.
Yeah.
Is...
It's well designed.
Beyond anything.
Yeah. You were especially interested in the map. We had seen the map before we went in.
Yeah. But I would like it as a poster.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
I'm sort of guessing that that's going to happen. Either the map or the promotional poster for Gold Saucer, which is also pretty nice. Let's talk about launch day specifically, because I was in what a lot of people experienced as a sort of limbo, where my character queued up for an instance, and I was lost in limbo. Like, I would go into a loading screen when my duty popped, and I would not be able to progress further than the loading screen. It would go black, and you would get the little circle, and then you were gone. I stood there for hours. I stood there for 1 hour just in the black screen, so I decided to kill the game. Just Control-Alt-Delete and kill the game. Turns out, though, when you try to log back in, that you're just presented with the login screen. The now loading thing. And I was stuck there for hours. I checked the forums, and this turns out to be a very big issue that mysteriously got fixed a few hours later. I say hours here because that took way too long to fix. But when I finally got in, though, Gold Saucer was amazing. Like Triple Triad.
It is.
Triple Triad is so it's so good.
I'm so addicted.
Yeah.
I think everyone is.
Don't know what I think about Chocobo Racing, though, to be honest.
Well, I like it.
You do? Have you done a lot of it?
I had a big lagging issue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That day, so I didn't experience it like I should, I guess. But I like it.
Like I haven't really done too much of it because, for one, I think I don't like. I didn't get disappointed. Don't get me wrong, but it's just something about it that makes me not crave it as much as Triple Triad. It doesn't have that same replay value because there's for one, there's only 3 maps. And I don't know. I don't know. It's not. I didn't really have high expectations for Chocobo Racing. I do have to say, though, that the tracks are pretty and well made. But it just, yeah, I guess it's just a matter of taste. I just didn't really enjoy it that much.
Well, it's like I don't get that competitive with Triple Triad because it's not a lot of action in it.
Yeah.
But with the Chocobo Racing, I got really competitive, and that's really fun.
Yeah, that is true, though. That is true.
But I like the fact that you can walk around and challenge NPCs.
Yeah.
All around. And win card in Triple Triad. So it's good things about both.
Yeah, and I don't know. Have you done a lot of dungeons after?
Not really.
Because bosses drop cards.
I know.
I keep getting the demon card. No, sorry, the demon wall card. I keep getting it every time I'm in there. I get the freaking demon wall card. You have gotten it? Huh? What?
You rolled and you got it?
No. You just, after you're done with the boss, it just randomly drops to a person. So you'll have to check your log to see if you got it.
I thought it dropped and you know how to roll.
It's not a roll. It's much like the baby Oppo minion that used to drop in Bravelock's Long Stop Hard. It just randomly dropped to a person. You roll on it now.
I didn't know.
But back in the day, it just dropped to a random person. So it's the same sort of deal.
What dungeons? I've been doing expert roulette.
The expert dungeon. Like I think you can get it from every dungeon now. Or, I don't know which dungeon drops what, but I've done before. Keep.
It could have dropped, but I just
you didn't
haven't got it?
Yeah. There's a low chance of getting them.
Of course, I have not got it.
RNG, they love it here. What do you think about the gates?
Cheers, Joshipy. What?
What do you think about the gates in the Gold Saucer? The Gold Saucer active time events. The fate things.
That's when I have to look for a person?
Oh god, yeah, that one. Yeah.
The first time we tried it, that was the actual day, the first day of Gold Saucer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was pretty easy. I took a picture of her on my phone, so it was much easier to remember her looks. So now you're talking went fine.
You're talking about a specific gate right now, the one where you have to look at the reference NPC and then find her duplicate somewhere.
We did it yesterday as well.
Yeah.
And I even took a picture, and I looked, and I looked, and I looked, and I looked, and I used all my 10 minutes, and I didn't find her. And when I thought I found her, it wasn't the right one.
So
so that gate I don't like.
Do you have any favorite gates though? I really like the one with Typhoon, where you have to stand on the big stage, and then you just have to run around until the music stops and you freeze, and then he appears somewhere and blows someone off the stage. That one is really
I haven't
fun.
really done too many of them.
Oh, that's my.
I've actually only done 2 of them.
Oh.
Because I haven't been online that much lately.
The jumping one, the mountain one.
But
we did that.
I guess we could hang out in Gold Saucer all night and see.
Yeah, why not?
Because I really done only in that one when you climb the mountain thing.
Yeah, that one I talked about.
Yeah.
The one with the bombs drop.
God, I sucked. I didn't. I was so near the top, and then.
Yeah. You never. Yeah, oh, you failed that gate, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I had 2 minutes left. No, I had 30 seconds left, and I thought, no way, no way, I will get on top now.
So.
Oh, it was so annoying.
The mini games though. How much have you played the mini games?
What mini games? Those
The Beat Gilgamesh and the
yeah, those who are round.
Game.
The hitting thing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a lot of them the first day.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to earn some MGPs.
You get 5 each time you do one.
Yeah, but I just wanted to try them out, well, and
they are pretty difficult though. Some of them to like hit the.
But hey, I was the one that had 2,000 MGP.
Yeah.
The first day.
That is true.
So.
So like the mini games, they're just there. They're not a big part
I think it's good that they are there.
Yeah.
Because you can do them.
Sort of adds some sense of like it feels like a casino in a way when you have those mini games, because if you don't want to do all the big stuff, you can just chill with one of the less difficult ones. Well, they're still difficult, but I mean, yeah. The Jumbo Cactpot and the Mini Cactpot. Let's talk about those, because that's sort of the daily lotteries and the weekly lottery. In the daily lottery, you can win 10,000 MGP, and in the Jumbo Cactpot, you can win 1 million MGP.
We can check that now, can't we?
Plus a ring. Check what? Oh.
For today.
No.
If we win anything.
No. Oh yeah, that's today at 9 p.m. So that's now, actually.
I'm gonna log in and check while we're in here.
Are you gonna log in and check? Let's do that later. You're not gonna win. You can win 1 million MGP and a ring. That's sort of the main prize.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, I still haven't won. I won the consolidation. The one when none of your numbers match up. Let's just complete this, because we have to talk about Heavensward. A lot has happened. Before we step into that, let's talk about the hotfix patch, just really quickly, because something happened just a few days after the Gold Saucer launched. Sorry, it's probably a week, March the 5th. When did Gold launch? When did the Gold Saucer launch? I don't remember. On the March the 5th, they did some adjustments to the game. Do you remember the Fate Tower of Power, Vero?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sat and waited for over an hour.
So now they've made a change, whereas the Fate Tower of Power and What's on Your Mind will not activate simultaneously. So that's either a good thing or a bad thing for you if you're waiting for.
How come they fixed that just right after I did it?
They heard your cries. Other than that, there's not much to talk about. If you want to look at the patch notes, you're free to do that, but we'd really have to move on to Heavensward and what happened at PAX. Because stuff happened that we need to talk about, and I'm just going to bring up my show notes so that I know what I'm talking about.
Did you guys see the stream?
Yeah.
Guys?
Did you? If you didn't watch the stream, don't worry. We will recap everything, because there's some stuff that happened there that I don't really... that we don't really have to talk about. The first 20 minutes of the stream was basically... a recap of everything that we know. The classes, the new jobs, the new raids, they talked about the new open worlds and all that jazz. They did say, though, that a longer trailer for Heavensward was set to be released after patch 2.55. After 2.5b. They talked about a new loot system for the Alexander, which is the new endgame raid that is going to replace the Binding Coil of Bahamut. Something unfortunate happened with the translator translating Naoki Yoshida. She said she said Black Mage Load. And I just could not stop laughing at that because everyone in chat immediately reacted to her saying a Black Mage Load. She didn't mean loot. She was talking about some Black Mage loot that you'd been farming forever to get and never got it in Coil. So there will be a new loot system, and I understand now that this is the token system that they've talked about, that a token drops. A token drops, and that token you can buy gear with, so that you can get loot, even though everyone can need on the loot. Whoever gets it can go to a vendor probably and get the loot they want, instead of having to farm in hopes of their specific gear set dropping. So that is a good improvement, and I've sort of wanted this since the Binding Coil. So that's a good thing. They also mentioned a benchmark software for character creation, so you can test out the character creator for Heavensward, so you can try the new races, the Aura.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I want to try it, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's set to release in a month. So in a month, we will be able to play around with character creation. There was also a very boring part in the middle about how they make the jobs. And I didn't really understand why that part was there, to be honest.
It's just to explain things.
Yeah,
it took a year, didn't they say?
It did.
Took a year.
It took a year to make one class or a job. So they've basically that's a lot. I kind of didn't really understand why it would take them a full year, but
because they need to try it out, see if it fits in.
Yeah, they said that. Still though, it's a bit, I don't know. But they made 3 classes, and then he went on to say that the development team didn't want to do that again. To make 3 classes in 2 years, because that's 1 year. That's they had to rush this a bit. So that probably tells us that in the next expansion we're probably just gonna get 2 or even 1 new class. I don't know. Because
it's okay. I understand.
I mean, yeah, sure. This game is going to last for a long time, so there's no need to push out new classes just for the sake of it. They also said, or we know that the expansions will now come with a 1-year interval. We waited 2 years for Heavensward. We will now just have to wait 1 year for the next expansion. 4.0 will be out in a year after Heavensward launches. So that's how we sort of know that there's probably just going to be 1 class with each following expansion, 1 or 2. So we have some photos that we're going to go through. We also have some video. They talked about, just quickly though, there was a rumor going around that we have to sort of shoot down here. And that is that Samurai was rumored to be a new class.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, I did. And there was a lot of hype when Yoshi P actually said Samurai in the press conference, but it was not to tell us that Samurai was a new job. He said they considered Samurai. Then they decided to go for Black Knight instead as a tank. So Samurai is off the table for now, but he said that they have not killed it.
Next year.
Maybe next year. So it's gone for now, but they are open to take it back, or sorry, to bring it into the game at some point. They also put emphasis on the fact that they listen to their fans now. They will take everything we say into consideration. It is our game, so to speak, so we get to have something to say about it.
Yeah, I like Samurai, so...
Yeah, and Samurai was a very good job, and a very popular job in Final Fantasy XI, so, I mean, why not? I think he also specified in an earlier interview that they didn't want to push too much of the Japanese-themed jobs into the game, because it didn't fit with Eorzean lore. Like in 11, that was perfectly fine. 11 had a lot of Japanese themes in the game, but 14 is slightly different when it comes to the lore. So, yeah. That's it about the Samurai thing. Samurai, dead. Let's never talk about it again until 4.0. They also talked about, and we're going to look at some photos now, about how they designed the Astrologian weapons. Now, if I have done this correctly, there should be... Yep, there we go. Look at this early design. They said that they usually never show work in progress because of this. Look at that horrible looking thing on the right there. That's terrible. I'm so glad that they didn't go with that. So this is more like the Star Globe, the main weapon of the Astrologian.
I can't see anything, so...
You can't... Oh, I forgot to do that to you. I'm so sorry.
So I'm just pretending.
You're pretending to see it. Here we go.
Yeah, thank you.
So here's what the Star Globe looks like, piece by piece. And yeah, we'll go to that later. So if you look at the initial thing that they made, you can see the one on the left there looks like a circular disc, and the cards are in the disc, and then the Astrologian picks it up. And yeah,
really?
That was one of the earlier designs. And on the right there, you have what looks like a card deck just on his arm, and then it pops out and shows the entire deck on his arm, which is not a very nice looking design, to be honest. So I'm really glad about that they went for the Star Globe, which I personally think looks really, really good. Let's talk about the Machinist weapon, because apparently the Machinist will be able to put stuff on its gun, like this. These are sadly not actual things that they put into the game.
Really?
So
I like the one on the top.
Oh, look at you being gone again. There you are. So what we just looked at, this is not in the game. So they said that they made something cooler than this, so I'll just have to trust them on that. But I really like this design. So it's obvious that this thing drops from Ifrit, the one on the bottom. And
I don't like that, but I like the one on the top.
The Garuda
with
one.
Wings.
That's obviously Garuda. I really liked how this looked, and it's sad that it's not in there, but I don't know how the guns look right now, but I mean, this looks pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that the next one we're going to look at is... Oh yeah, this. This is the ammo belt, or the clip belt, whatever you want to call it, for the Machinist. Don't know what more there is to say about it. I don't remember if this is the actual thing that's in the game, that's planned to be in the game. This is the actual model. Yeah, looks cool, I guess. I like the fact that he's wearing the Final Fantasy 13 coat, the one I usually use for glamour. And this is the concept art for his gadgets, as they refer to them as. I don't know if these are all gadgets or if these are just designs for the same gadget. Like, does he have only one? They keep saying gadgets in plural, so I'm guessing that we're gonna see more than one. So
probably.
So that's it about the weapons. So they said that the hardest one to make was the Astrologian. That's why they had so many weird designs set up. And the easiest one was Dark Knight, because everyone sort of agreed that a Dark Knight should have a two-handed sword. And he will be fundamentally different from the other tank types, because it will focus on MP usage. They use MP, dark magic, to keep aggro. Gun attachments, that's what I was looking for. That's what they put on the guns. That's how you sort of customize your weapon. And Vero is pouring some soda, obviously. New level 60 gear. They talked about the level 60, the new cap, the level cap. And by that, they also showed us some cool photos. Sorry, some video. I just screen capped this at that point. But we have some video, too, that we will show you later. But they showed some photos of the new gear. So let's look at that, shall we?
I didn't like my gear.
We'll get to that. This is the Dragoon gear. The 110 gear. I have to say, though, that I really like the 110 gear. No, sorry, the 110 gear. Wow. The level 60 gear. I don't like the 110 gear. But
Dragoon
I do like...
gear is always nice.
The thing about the gear here, though, this is a clear reference to Final Fantasy V. But what they've done with the gear is that they've taken the old artifact gear, the eye level 90 gear, and then they've sort of used that as a base, and then they've expanded it, because you can see pieces of the old eye level 90 gear in the level 60 gear, which I really like. So this is the Dragoon, which looks badass as always.
As always.
Yeah, I'm guessing the spear is that the new relic, perhaps? I don't know.
Probably.
The warrior. You can
it also looks pretty nice.
Yeah, you can see that they've sort of used the old eye level 90 thing as a base, and then they've sort of added some stuff to it, which makes it look even more badass. And you can see in the surroundings here that this is in the in another part of Coerthus, which we'll touch upon later. I really like the scholar outfit.
Yeah, look at the hat.
Yeah, this is
it's so cool.
Proper steampunk look, and I really like that sort of aesthetic.
God, you're lucky.
Look at this. I mean, that's awesome. There's not much to say.
It's pretty awesome.
It's just awesome. I really like this design.
I just love the hat.
The hat is awesome. Look at the monk, though. I don't know what to say about it.
I don't like it.
I like the little detail.
Too much of the belly.
Yeah. Well, he is a melee class, though. He has to be sort of... He needs to move around a lot, so he can't really have that much of heavy gear, because he needs to have mobility.
I understand, but...
I really like the little detail. Do you see the yellow thing? I think that's supposed to be remnants of the old eye level 90 gear that he's sort of put around his waist.
I like the pants, but I don't like the fact that his belly is showing.
Well, at least this is a male cat, though. That this is
not
a female
What's for the
once.
girl? A bra?
Probably.
Naked?
Yeah.
You know how that works.
Yeah. Look at the summoner.
It's awesome.
I like the fact that
unicorn.
They've kept the horn, and they've just gone completely bonkers with the horn. Like, let's just give it a unicorn horn, which is a nice homage to the old eye level 90 gear, which had that famous horn. Here with a book that we can only presume is a new relic, or maybe it's a primal. I don't know, primal drop. I don't know. They didn't specify. So this looks really cool. I think Okay, this is Ninja. Not much to say about Ninja, to be honest. It's so black.
Really
and,
dark.
Yeah.
But I like black.
At least it's not purple, because the eye level 90 gear is purple, and this looks more stealthy. Like hiding in the shadows would be a lot easier now with a black.
That's
attire.
how a ninja is gonna look.
That's how ninjas look to me too.
Yeah.
Bard.
I hate it.
Why?
Look at that ugly hat.
You think that's not an ugly hat? That's like
It's weird.
beside the hat though. Oh, I just realized what these weapons are. These are clearly Bismarck drops, the new primal. Your bow, the Bard bow sort of shows me that this looks very Bismarckish. But beside that, look at the gear doesn't look as like, think about the eye level 90 gear. That
I don't know.
Terrible.
I need to see it in real life.
Yeah. Black Mage though.
It looks epic.
I really like the chest piece, but again, the headpieces for Black Mages are I just don't like them. They keep failing to me. Yeah, but the chest piece is awesome, and I'm guessing that the male outfit doesn't have a skirt like this one does. Or maybe it does, seeing that the eye level 100 gear looks kind of feminine. Paladin. I've always liked the Paladin gear, and again you can see in this gear that it is based off the eye level 90 gear. It's the same colors, the blue and white, and the iron or steel colors. Looks awesome. It even has what looks like a cape at the back.
And a different color inside.
Yeah, it's red in the inside, which is awesome. I like the design of this. Probably the best designed gear. And there's my gear, which is basically the White Mage eye level 90 gear with the hood up. And
that hood
though
reminds me about something.
Really? What? I don't like the
fact... You don't
fact...
see it?
I don't like the I don't like the fact that you have the coif on in the inside there. Why couldn't I just have my hair in there? Why do you have to enclose my head in this tight thing? I'm gonna hide that headpiece. But the chest piece looks good enough, though. It doesn't look like...
You don't have to worry about the bad hair thing.
No, but I don't like the coif thing. That's why I always mocked Black Mages, because they had the hat with the coif. And now I have to wear a bloody coif, and I don't want that. So, the headpiece I'm gonna hide. But, yeah. All in all, the chest piece and the rest of it looks pretty good to me. So, I'm not going to show all of this, because there's so much, and it doesn't really make any sense to show it, because, well, I guess there's a lot of crafters and gatherers out there. If anyone really wants us to show all the gear, just let me know. But this is the minor gear. I just wanted to put that in there, because this is what's it called? The level 60 minor gear. There's a detail that you can't see here, but he's got a light on the right side of his helmet that he can turn on and off. Much like the one in the...
That's cool.
Yeah, in the eye level 55 or 50 headpiece.
Yeah.
So, that's the eye level 60 stuff. We got the release date for Heavensward. And
we did.
We also got the release date for we also got the date for early access. Before we talk about that, though, they also gave us the pre-order date, which is March 16th, which is not too long. So you can pre-order on March the 16th.
1 week?
In 1 week, a little bit more than 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's cool. And that sort of made me think that, oh my god, we're right. Heavensward will drop closer to April than we thought. They're also going to release it for Mac. Finally, they said this a while back that it would be released for Mac OS 10. Now it's finally releasing. Heavensward will be released for Mac. And the benchmark software will be available next month. And we have a video of the benchmark. Mind you, that the benchmark video does not have background music because it's not done yet. But Yoshi P said that the video will last for 9 minutes. But this is just a tiny preview from the benchmark test, and it shows Bismarck, the new Primal. So let's just, without further ado, let's look at this. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's obviously Bismarck, or his what looks like maybe the intro cutscene from like when you're going to fight him, because it has that sort of that effect when it fades. I really like that. That's the benchmark, which will be out in a month, and then there's the big thing: the release date. They had told us that it would be released in spring of 2015. They didn't quite nail that, because the release date is June 23rd, 2015. And early access will begin on the 19th of June. They said that they wanted to polish the game. They didn't want to rush anything. And, you know, I sort of felt like between the lines they said, we don't want to do a 1.0 release. They want to make sure that the game actually is like complete when they release it.
I understand.
I forgive them for that. Like, give me a good game and I will play it. Give me a bad game, I will probably still play it, but I will be miserable inside. One last video though that they showed us, which I think is awesome. Do you have anything to add to this, Vero?
No.
No.
Just
okay.
continue.
Let's go. Let's show you the full video now of a tour of the North, which shows us the new areas in Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. Just enjoy this. They just said, we're not going to say anything. Just look. Just watch. So here it goes. A tour of the North. Oh! Spoilers.
Huh.
So, I mean, hype. Vero.
It's pretty epic.
Yeah, it is, and I can see your.
It is.
Yeah, so
God,
when
this
they said big open areas, they weren't joking, because these look awesome. They look big. They look. I won't say huge because like I don't really know.
Humongous.
They are pretty big. They look pretty big. I like compared to the zones that we have right now. The zones we have now are quite restrictive, and I also like the little detail because we saw some footage from Coerthus Western Highlands. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Where you could actually see one of the old 1.0 aetheryte crystals that had frozen and broken. Like you haven't played 1.0, Vero, but in 1.0 the aetheryte crystals were a lot smaller, and there were a lot of them. But they were small. They had like one big crystal and then a few smaller ones circling around. And you could see that from 1.0 being frozen and broken. Yes, Vero. Go ahead.
I can hear myself.
You can hear yourself. Well, if you can,
Yep.
I can't help it. We're... yeah. That's weird. As long as it doesn't... yeah. We're almost done now, though. Anything you want to point out from that video, though, Vero? Anything that made you hype?
The sad thing is that I will probably use a lot of time just walking around.
Yeah. And I like the flying thing, where you can actually see the flying. That is fluid, you can control it. It looks at least like you can control it completely. I like it. I like that video. It's sort of putting me at ease when it comes to the world design. And the flying mounts. I think that's about it for today, though. There's a lot happened today that I didn't even know. Like, this is how prepared I was for this. We had already made the show notes for this episode, but I forgot about the PAX thing, and so that's why we're sort of going overtime and we started a bit late. So, to recap, Heavensward, release date, the 23rd of June, and,
It will be epic.
yeah, and early access starts on the 19th, and you can pre-order the game on the 16th. So, on the 16th, you'll be,
You can hear...
I can hear your dog making sounds, Vero.
I could hear him as I hear myself when it plays. Yeah, whatever.
Let's hope the viewers.
Oh god, it was
hearing
annoying.
Oh.
Can't you mute it or something?
I cannot do that, Vero. I'm afraid I cannot do that. We're done now, though. So
Ruined everything.
let's just wrap this up. We'll be back next week on March the 14th, 8 p.m. GMT. We're gonna go more in depth about Heavensward then, when we have sort of had time to simmer down and calm down a bit, because there's been a lot to swallow. Until then, Vero, any last words?
Have a good life.
Have a good life. That's Vero's. Let's finish with that. Have a good life. Bye.
I don't know.
Well, let's end it with that. Have a good life. This is Speakers of Hydaelyn.